At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172. News is also brought to you by Hope Counseling Services, where we specialize in behavioral health, inspiring hope for a brighter tomorrow. Call 775-727-0101 for more information.
Tonight on News 46, how does the new animal control law affect you?
Harley Culkin supporters interrupt a Democratic dinner.
And the community comes together for a victim of abuse. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Fuentes and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, September 24th, 2012. I'm Zach Fuentes.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
This Saturday's annual Democratic Jefferson-Jackson dinner at Lakeside was not business as usual. Although it was the same program they always do, candidates spoke at the podium individually, and an auction was held in between speakers to raise funds for the Democratic Party. Saturday's event looked more like a town board meeting when shouting occurred by 2 members of the audience who apparently thought that the coordinators were ignoring their candidate, Harley Culkin, who is running for Nevada State Senate. One of the people shouting was his own campaign manager, Cless Sanders. The shouting took everyone off guard, even the candidate who tried to stop his friend and manager. Culkin apologized for their behavior during his speech.
This is the largest district in the state, over half the state of Nevada. He deserved more recognition than he is getting.
We're not getting there. Some of you people know what the name of our state senator is now. Anybody know? His name's Mike McGinnis. When's the last time you saw him? I remember the last time I saw him here was when TMC was going to open. He was here for the ribbon bed. I think that was a few years ago. Some of the things that I would be able to do if I was elected as a senator, we need a special taxing district created for our fairgrounds development. What that would do is, as you know, we provide sales tax when we have the facility. When the fairgrounds gets built out, it'll collect sales tax. In Nye County, that's 7.1%. A little over 5% stays in Carson City, and then some of it comes back to us. Well, with this special taxing district, all of the money would stay with the property and go towards paying off the loan. Obviously, that would help the process of getting the loan and help the business get started. At the next town board meeting, I'm hoping if you can come, we're going to have a little bit of an unveiling of what this build-out's going to be, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised because we've been hearing this deal about, that's a crazy idea, having a theme park on that and all that. And my answer would be, well, we don't even know what's going to be. How could you say it's crazy? How could you possibly know? So we recently got an idea, and I think the town's really going to be pleased, and it will bring jobs to this community and so on. We have to be creative to do things. Another thing that I thought about is the bullet train. We keep talking about it. We should partner with California and let California keep the ticket money, and we'll keep the money in the wallets of people who come visit Las Vegas, and maybe even later on maybe put one in northern Nevada. And that would bring a lot of jobs. It would be like putting Las Vegas close to Los Angeles. We need people with new ideas, progressive ideas, and the ability to work together. That's what's working. With that, that's about all I got to say. Thank you very much. Hope you have a nice evening. I'm sorry for my supporters. I'm excited, but this is very important. We're not getting any better here in Rome. We're not going to unless we get some changes, positive changes. we've got to work together. Thank you very much.
Does the new Title VI Animal Control Ordinance affect you? Deanna O'Donnell reports.
Here at Nye County Animal Control, a new ordinance is in effect. I'm holding Title VI right here. We're going to speak to Tim McCarty about the new ordinance and how it may affect you.
The Animal Advisory Committee was commissioned by the Board of County Commissioners to review the animal ordinances and to bring forth a revised, more current edition of them. The Animal Advisory Committee has been working on it for a little over 4 years. They brought it to the commissioners on a couple of occasions. They have sent it back, told them to fine-tune it some more. There's a number of issues regarding local ordinances that we need to have a like and applicable ordinance in our animal ordinances, and specifically Title 17 of Planning and Zoning has certain requirements, but we don't reflect those requirements in Title VI currently. So that's something that needed to be updated. NRS mandated some changes to the animal cruelty definition. That has not been done. Of course, we were working on it leading up to all that, and so that was also included. As far as animal control, our part in this entire effort has been to appear at all these meetings as member of staff, comment on any problems that we saw that we might have problems enforcing. Our hope was to clean up a lot of the gray. A lot of people were very interested in shade for horses. It would have to be an interpretation of current law for me to press your needing to provide shade for your horse. That's a gray area. We wanted a definitive black and white statement in the ordinances. And ultimately, there was the decision that not be included in the ordinances.
So it's not required that you have shade for your horses, but of course it is recommended.
Certainly is.
We have a clear-cut idea of how many you can have. Spayed or neutered, too, is that in there?
Well, that's been in the law. You could have no more than 2 unspayed or neutered animals. That's been in the law since, I believe, 1970, late 70s.
So for the regular citizen out there who has a couple dogs and a couple cats, is there a limit?
Sure. If you have more than 5, you're going to need a residential kennel permit. $60 a year. We're a complaint-driven organization. We're busy every day, literally every day, just dealing with complaints. People call animal control and they want help.
Yeah.
That's our number one priority here. We go and we give them assistance in resolving whatever their problem is. I don't believe we have ever just stopped or went out to somebody's property to enforce somebody's need to have a permit.
Here at Nye County Animal Control, Tim McCarty has said that once again he's not going to go out there and give tickets and make sure that you have a limit of 5 animals on your property. They are report-oriented, so if you get reported, they will help you get that kennel license. And if you have any questions, they're willing to help you and work with you in any way that they can. This is Deanna O'Donnell at Nye County Animal Control for News 46.
Well, stick around. We're going to have more local news after this break.
Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Welcome back. U.S. Senate candidate Shelley Berkley also spoke at the Democratic Jefferson Jackson dinner on Saturday. Berkley has been visiting Pahrump frequently and plans on attending this week's fall festival.
Working families while making record profits. Wall Street corporations, big oil companies, giant insurance companies, they don't need our help. They're doing just fine without us. At a time when working families need a champion. My opponent, Senator Heller, is standing with Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan and the Wall Street special interests. Senator Heller agrees with Mitt and Paul on tax breaks for Wall Street corporations that ship our jobs overseas. He voted 5 times to protect the tax breaks for companies that outsource American jobs. That may be good for multinational corporations. It's not so good for a father in Pahrump that was laid off and he has to tell his children he's still here, but his job is overseas. Senator Heller agrees with Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan when it comes to opposing investments in clean energy that could create thousands of good-paying jobs right here in the state of Nevada. He supports slashing investments in clean energy job creation while protecting billions of taxpayer giveaways to the big oil companies. That may be good for big oil. They're making record profits. They made $137 billion last year. It's not so good. Not so good for middle-class families and taxpayers. He voted 9 times to protect those taxpayer giveaways to big oil. Senator Heller agrees with Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan in opposing help for small businesses. I thought the Republicans were supposed to stand with small businesses, not this Senator Heller. In fact, he opposed the Small Business Jobs Act, which would give our small businesses the tools to hire again right here in Nevada. It's a common sense piece of legislation that even our Republican Governor Sandoval praised. He voted against it, I voted for it. I don't know who that's good for. It's not good for small businesses struggling to make ends meet on Main Street. He voted against equal pay for equal work. I cannot believe I am standing in front of you in the 21st century and talking about my opponent having voted to continue paying women less. I am talking about a woman sitting here, a man sitting here, doing the exact same job, and the woman being paid less for the simple reason that she happens to be female.
Candidate for Assembly District 36, James Oscarson, opened his office for his campaign and all Republicans to use.
We are opening our new office here at the Hafen Building, Suite 5. We decided to do a little barbecue and have everybody come out and welcome. We've had probably 75 people here and having a great time.
So tell me, what is going to be going on at this campaign office?
This office has actually a phone bank that Republican candidates can come, utilize it for their phone banks, have their volunteers come in and make phone calls. We'll be making phone calls for myself and the other Republican candidates that are in the community.
So Assembly District 36, what do you hope to do when and if you're elected to the position?
Yeah, I hope to restore what we need to have at the state legislature, and I think some of it's been lost, and that's the faith in the system. Hope to be able to be the voice of the people that need to be able to express their concerns and their thoughts to their assemblymen, and be able to take those concerns to Carson City and be able to get them things implemented into laws and ideas that people have. That's how it starts, at the legislative level, at the assembly level, Deanna.
You really can make an impact as an assemblyman, do you think, to help with the concerns of Nevadans?
Yeah, I can, and I believe that we will. I believe we plan on making sure that, again, there's a voice in Carson City for the rural areas. We represent a huge rural area, about 28,000 square miles, all the way up to Tonopah, into Lincoln County, down into a little bit of Clark and back here. So the issues are very diverse. The thought process is very different in some of those areas, but we're going to represent all of them and share the concerns that they have in Carson City and hopefully get some legislation passed that benefits them.
This office is going to be open what hours?
This office is open intermittently, mostly on Saturdays and Sundays, but there's phone numbers on the door if somebody needs to visit with us, and my cell number is readily available for them if they want to meet with me down here. I'm happy to come and do that as well. We hope to be able to keep this office after the election and be able to actually have an office people will be able to be represented at here in the community for the next 2 years that it's our term.
If people would like to volunteer for your campaign, donate, get involved,
please go to my website. It's www.jamesoscarson.com, or they can call me on my cell phone, 775-513-7468.
And stay here, we're going to have more news after the break.